Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. Sorry about the grainy video, but don't worry, you don't have to see my crazy mug pretty soon because we're going to share the screen. I'm in a hotel up in Washington at the Silver Symposium. Got a story that I think you guys need to hear about right away. If you like breaking news, well, it's sort of breaking news, about 24 hours old, and I think it's very important. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate every single one of you. Now, I've been talking about the world fracturing into two separate economies. That is Russia and China with the BRICS nations. And that BRICS nations is no longer an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and other nations. The acronym's too long now. They kept trying to make fancy words for it, but it's just too long. Why? Because so many countries are signing on. And now this story is absolutely massive, not because of the size of the economy that is standing behind the yuan now, helping bolster that economy, but it is because it is yet one more economy that is doing exactly what I'm telling you, standing up behind China and Russia's new alliance. I've told you that they are coming out with a reserve currency to rival the dollar, and I do not think people take this as serious as they should. It will absolutely rival the dollar. I heard Jim Rickards say the other day, he says it's impossible, they can't do it, have a reserve currency without a bond market. And immediately my spidey senses went up, and then he said the most famous phrase, unless they backed it in gold. Now, I've told you before that I believe they're going to do that. We see China and Russia has been a massive gold buyer, and I think that all of us should be gold buyers, quite frankly, and that's not financial advice. That's life advice. Why? Because the governments around the world are hell-bent on costing you more money through inflation. Okay, look, enough rambling. Let's dive into this story. Jump right in and talk about it then. All right, Egypt plans to issue yuan-denominated bonds worth, get rid of that advertisement, worth 500 million plus. All right. So right here, Egypt plans to issue yuan-denominated bonds worth more than 500 million. Finance Minister Mohammed Mait told, you know, the ninja is reading, Asherak TV on Monday. I think it's extremely important for you to understand this, and this is what we're going to talk about right now. Sure, does Egypt have a massive economy? No, not in comparison to many other economies. But I will remind you, at one point, Egypt's economy did rule the world. And it sounds funny that people sort of discard facts, right? They go, well, that was back then, but we're so much more advanced now, and look at them. Point is that everybody thinks that they're the best because we have the most technology, we're the smartest. Yet throughout history, we have seen empire after empire collapse under the weight of its own greed because of reckless, insane money printing. Now, we are literally seeing a fracturing of the world. Europe, US, and Canada versus everybody else. You think about it. Tell me the truth in the comment section. Do you think that the three of our countries, Europe, the US, and Canada, has what it takes to take on everybody else? Take on everybody else that understands that they have been robbed through the fleecing of the inflating of the US dollar for decades and decades. You tell me. You know, there is a myriad of stories out there of all these countries, India, Russia, China, even countries like Iraq that were out buying gold, their central banks buying gold and getting ready for an event. We know that our country, along with Europe, wants to set a new standard to do things with your currency that most people don't even believe, and the people that do believe it are enraged, and that is control you even more. Do you think that the rest of the world is going to stand by and do it? Or do you think they're looking for another alternative? Well, I'm going to tell you what I believe. I believe, let's stop sharing. We go back to the grainy video. Sorry about that. I believe that there's never been a better opportunity to own gold. I own gold, and I don't look at the daily fluctuation prices. I look at where gold has been in the past and what it has done during times of uncertainty and inflation. I vault gold. I know not everybody does it. I really believe if you don't hold it, you don't own it. I love all of that stuff. But at a certain point, for certain people with certain net worths, it becomes a little difficult. All right. So I tell everybody, where do you start? Go down to your local coin store and start talking to your local coin store shop. Get a good deal. Then look at the internet. You know, that's why I have referral links, but because it's people that I work with, that I use, right? And that I trust. But this isn't a panic mode, but it should set alarm bells in your mind right now. The world, and let me remind you of something too. China has a Yuan denominated bond that's actually backed in gold. So they are actually already doing it. Russia has been a massive proponent. As a matter of fact, its leader, Vladimir Putin, has been photographed many times holding gold. They are sending a message to their own people. As a matter of fact, even China for a long time had billboards running, buy gold and together we will be great. See, the problem with our lifestyle right now is you can only believe what you're taught. And there's a lot of truth out there that is being withheld. And I think it's very important for people to understand that. Remember what Jerome Powell said last week. We are going to continue to raise rates and there is going to be pain ahead. Now, do I see the paper price of gold and silver coming down? I do. However, in the last year and a half, there's been an amazing phenomenon through the Wall Street Silver movement and a lot of YouTube channels like this one that have been teaching people that it's not always about the paper price that is manipulated on Wall Street. It's about how much it costs to get it in your hands. And the premiums have exploded. And it's not because a company wants to make more money. It's because that company has to pay a lot more to go get it because the demand is so great. So the question that I'm going to leave you with is this. Are you going to be part of the rarest community on the earth? And that is less than 1% of human beings on this earth own any physical gold and silver in their hand. Are you going to be part of that group? I don't know. I am. And I don't look at the prices because as that price dips, and I do believe as the stock market corrects this fall, you're going to see the paper price of metals go down. But honestly, I can't tell you what's going to happen with the price of physical because last time we saw this in 2020, as silver took a nosedive, gold took a nosedive, not as bad as silver, the premiums exploded. And it was almost like it never, ever went down because to get your hands on it, it stayed the same. So what do I do in closing? I slowly buy in. I buy into weakness and I diversify my prices. So I dollar cost average and I don't stress about the little things, the day-to-day minutia in the price. I look at the big deal. Your government wants to print more money and give it to people that are not working, and they want to take money from the people that are working and cause more inflation. So what do you want to be on? The side that's hedging against inflation or the side that's going to get destroyed by it? I think you guys know the answer to that. Sorry again for the grainy video, but hopefully I inspired some people. Guys, this is not financial advice. I'm just a dude with a brohawk and a dream. Seriously, I'm an investor. I've been an investor since 1998. I'm a business owner. I love side hustles. That's my life. Yes, I do have a 9-to-5 job still. One of these days. All right, guys, that being said, thank you so much for watching The Economic Ninja. Oh, I have to give credit. I hope you're still watching this. Dang it, I didn't do this on purpose. I want to give credit to my friend Jack at Nobody Special Finance. He's the one who told me about this. I'm going to put it in the description. Go and check his channel out. He's awesome. Have a great day. The Economic Ninja is out.